Welcome to the third episode of the Jaheim podcast. I am your host, J-Host, and this is my unfortunate counterpart, Josh the Watch.
Woo, yeah, baby, that's been waiting for. Woo, yeah.
Oh, God. And with us today are our cast members, Ronik.
Hi, I'm Ronik Wincup. All I need in life are my boys in my tub.
Our second guest for today is Nicholas Pang from China, Hong Kong, Earth.
I don't want to be here, but I am anyways. Just like most things in my life.
And finally, our third member is a local man who has been demoted in status, Jaheim.
A fat slug of Bulgarian black tar heroin is coursing through my veins right now.
And on that high, welcome to our podcast where we talk a little about everything and a lot about nothing.
Because the universe and the cosmos are internal beings. Infinite.
Jesus Christ, just shut it.
Okay, sir. So, guys, me and Jiho are really sorry for the delays in episode.
I'm not.
Do you see?
Yeah, mostly Jiho. He's mostly the one who's sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Blame him.
Oh man! But you see, guys, the reason that our podcast episode have like these erratic timings of being dropped instead of being like our schedule 1 week is because Jamie and Cat's podcast are actually just interdimensional hunters, and we've been fighting demons, demigorgons, and devils, and everything in between. And if a Geo can translate my gamer speak into English, what would that be?
Jesus Christ, that's not gamer speak. That's idiocy. And for translation, school sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we hate to disappoint all of our fans out there. You know, episodes 1 and 2 really took off. We were not expecting that. Overwhelming popularity. It's actually been pretty hard to keep up with. But we appreciate it. We appreciate all the likes. We appreciate the donations and the sponsorship.
A whole 40 people watch us. You know, that's like 40 people more.
40,000?
Yeah, well,
no,
I don't want to brag. And I won't say how much money I've made, but I will say that I've made over 4 digits.
Yeah, same here. Like last time I checked the bank account, I had an increase of $100
from negative 2,000.
Yeah. I found $100 on the street. Anyways,
anyway,
that's
so we can't guarantee that Janecast episodes will come out very frequently. Maybe like once a month. Hopefully it'll get faster once we get a little less busy. But yeah, that's just how it is right now.
IB sucks.
Oh, you guys in IB? I'm swarmed with calculus and physics and English.
Well, you're in IB too, aren't you?
No, we don't have an IB program over here, my guy.
Wow.
Is too small to have IB.
Yeah.
Apparently, Athabasca is not part of the international group.
It does exist.
I think I dodged the bullet by not taking IB. I don't think I would have survived
named
IB.
after hot sauce.
Oh, one, I don't live in Athabasca. I live in my amazing tower in London, Japan.
Alabama?
Did you just say London, Japan?
Yeah, I know my geography. I know that Japanese attacked Canada's Yukon territory harbor. Okay. After shitting on all my social work, let's get back to the actual topic of
I
video
think
games.
we should talk about the main thing that's been in our minds lately, and not because Nintendo slapped a huge check on our table. Is the incredible Nintendo Direct that took place about a week ago.
Oh yeah, that was fucking amazing, man.
We're all super hyped, and you know what? Nintendo just keeps hitting the home runs. They just gave us another fantastic Direct.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
absolutely beautiful play by Nintendo.
Yeah, sure. If you're a fan of anime girls,
it's
good shit.
And
I
they
mean,
announced Famicom.
You of all people should
Detective
know
Club.
we should be hyped for Bravely Default 2, man.
Yeah, Bravely Default 2, that tactics game. What's the tactics game again?
You don't even remember the name.
Triangle Strategy.
You must be mistaken. If I recall, you don't play RPGs.
Oh yeah, sorry, I don't play RPGs. I'm not an RPG guy.
Yeah.
But like,
Says that the man
Famicom Detective Club. like I'm a Detective Club, man. I wasn't expecting them to release that in the West because it's such an unknown IP in the West.
Right.
Hopefully, it gets off. And I think Ronik and Isaac and Jaheim are more better to talk about the new Smash fighter than me because
Of course.
because I've never played Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
You know, they actually, surprisingly, Smash this time has done a crossover with Rule 34.
Beautiful. Best character to be added.
Everybody's hyped, you know. Twitter took it extremely well, as Twitter always does. Everybody is hyped for the new Smash character.
Like, totally they didn't send death threats, and then when people were making
it was a character everybody wanted. Literally everybody.
Literally
so
everybody.
Everybody's just happy that they're in, finally.
So I might add, I may not know these characters because I haven't played their games. They look
then out of the podcast you are. Out.
Real talk, though, it is. Isaac and I have been waiting for like
2 years at this point. I think
2
years,
two and a half years.
Yeah, 2-3 years.
So long for these characters to get in, and we're so hyped.
Let's go. You know,
at the beginning,
I think I know how you guys feel. Because I wanted Steve, and he's in. I know your hype is.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a little different as well as because at the beginning of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, there was a character named Rex who was not teased, but what happened was that he was given a Mii costume, which essentially at the time meant that they were not going to become a fighter for the game.
Right. Even though he was, there was intended to be a Xenoblade 2 representative since the beginning, but they just Xenoblade 2 was too early in development, so they couldn't put them in.
Yeah.
So it feels like justice. It really does.
Yeah.
And after all this times, after 7, I think 8, no, 9 characters. This is 9th.
79, I think. Which slots do Pyre and Mithra take up?
Like 79 and 80. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then they should be about the 9th and 10th.
How many
technically?
How many base roster characters are there? Like 73.
71.
71 characters, meaning that they're the 8th and 9th character then.
Right. Okay.
I'm asking how many characters there are.
It's really quite weird they're counting them as 2 characters, to be honest.
I mean, they're giving the Pokemon trainer.
Like Pokemon trainer.
I guess. Wait, is Pokemon trainer 3 characters?
Yeah, but it's 3 characters. Consider Smash Fighter number. I can't remember.
Okay.
Do you know?
Like, I don't know, but the thing is, if you ever like watch any of the Smash like product placements, right? They will say like over 71 characters, including Pokemon trainers.
Wow! Incredible!
Yeah, they specify 71, including Pokemon trainers 1 character. Or it would be
Are they different enough to be considered different characters?
They actually have different lists according to like.
Yeah.
We've watched the video. Like, if you watch the trailer as many times as
I know they have different specials.
They have different specials. I think they same neutrals with different specials.
I wonder if their physics are going to be different because I mean, Mithra's obviously a bit faster. Also, for that matter, I'm not sure if she's actually like. I think her moves are going to come out faster and have less end lag and do less damage, of course. But I think they might have the exact same physics and run speed and stuff.
I think so. Like, obviously their height and I'm presuming their weight are also going to be the same as well.
Yeah.
So those aspects are going to stay the same. And I assume lots of the animations will remain the same as well in terms of just attacks, but like maybe either sped up or given more power.
No, but you forget that these characters are just copy-paste anime sword fighters.
Of course, they're obviously just marked number 10 or 12 at this point.
Don't get me into this thing, right? Like, I know I don't play RPGs, but I do know that there are different types of RPGs. Xenoblade represents real-time RPG. Final Fantasy represents
real-time RPG.
Action RPG. No, action RPG. Like
action RPG, there's not much different from real-time.
I know, but yes, like action RPG, turn-based RPG.
No, but Xenoblade is a topic Isaac and I could talk about for legitimate hours. So someday we'll have a special podcast talking about that. Probably just the 2 of us, maybe Jaheim, I don't know.
Jaheim's the X representative.
Yeah.
Maybe once I
played X and I don't get any love. No one cares about X.
I mean, you do, but of course, I actually am thinking that thought.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Anybody who doesn't know, well, a lot of people know what Smash is, but even less people know what Xenoblade is, especially like if they don't play Nintendo.
If they aren't fucking weeaboos, is
You're
what you
not
meant to
wrong.
say. You know what, Ronik? I'm
Nick,
calling you out.
you're a
Nick,
weeb. What are you
Nick,
talking
Nick,
Anyone
about?
who likes
you watch
Xenoblade
videos.
and Smash is a fucking weeb.
You're the
you
biggest
watch-
weeb
Sorry,
in
Nick.
this
Who was your
call.
top pick again?
Nick, other than
Yeah, who was
yeah,
Nick?
Let's move on. Okay, next topic.
Okay,
there-
moving on. We had a Pokemon Direct. Like,
Well, before we start,
I'm
with the
not
Pokemon-
done with the
Oh, yeah?
normal direct, man.
oh,
Go
alright. I
ahead.
just figured Splatoon will be a. No, never mind.
No,
we
I'm
should
not
talk about
talking
Splatoon
about
first
Splatoon.
Go ahead.
because
yeah.
I
Before
am
we
Pokemon is a
talking.
topic that we'll all have something to say about.
I
it.
am talking about Skyward Sword HD. They
Let's
teased it.
go!
Oh, are you
Let's
talking
go.
about
And
the
it
fact
fin-
that they're doing an upscaled
Shut up.
17-year-old
It
game?
looks better.
A Wii U
Skyward
game
Sword-
It looks
for
Skyward
$80?
Sword-
Oh my god, guys, are you ready to buy
Skyward
the same old
Sword
game that you bought
HD
17 years ago
is the
for $80?
Oh,
I mean,
I hate
$80?
you.
$80 for a port?
Nick,
What's up?
they poured GTA 5 to every single new gen console, so
That's true.
Yeah, and
that's
everyone
Yeah.
who buys those are idiots, so.
No, Skyward Sword HD is like Wind Waker HD. Since when have Zelda HD games been like Mario? Huh? The Zelda and Mario franchise are different, man.
Yeah, you're right. Zelda HD games are always great, like Majora's Mask HD, which is just a worse game than the original.
No, but I'm talking about looks-wise. Looks-wise,
Yeah,
they
I mean-
always look better. They always have a noticeably
Okay.
better look.
Although
And so-
debatably, Majora's Mask original looks better than HD because the game has a very dark aesthetic and HD brightens it up quite a bit.
Hey, isn't it
Mm.
funny that this like 20-year-old Wii game that got ported to the Switch looks
20-year-old?
better than a certain other other video game that also happens to be on the Switch that came out, funnily enough, 2 years ago. I wonder what I
You're not
could
talking about
possibly
You
Hollow
want to
Knight,
know?
are you?
You want to know why? It's because Skyward Sword.
Maybe it's
is
because
one-
Game Freak
it's
is a bunch
the
of
best
lazy
Zelda
fucking
looking game.
developers who can't
Oh
be
my
asked to
god.
put effort into making a video game.
We'll
Well,
talk
Jaheim-
about Game Freak later.
Not
But-
everybody. Oh, sorry.
Is developing Arceus Legend. I love computer arts. It's developing the remakes. So,
Are we moving
Basic-
on?
I don't want to move on to
Basically-
Pokemon yet.
Not everybody can appreciate Skyward Sword as much as you can because not everybody's right arms specifically are super jacked. I mean,
Okay, but-
mine is, so I can appreciate it. But
You can appreciate Skyward Sword. It's so
Okay,
great,
but-
man.
the
Everyone
only
who's
reason I want to
watching
play it is to see Groose in
play it.
HD.
Groose is he's a lady killer, man, and a guy killer. I know
He's a me killer.
Groose is. Skyward Sword HD. It's good. It's
I don't
gonna be
know.
like
I
Wind
don't
Waker.
know if I'm gonna buy it.
Are
You're
you
gonna buy it,
serious?
Vijay?
Well, Skyward Sword was actually my, along with Twilight Princess was my first introduction to Zelda. So let's just say I'm kind of nostalgic and I want to play it, and maybe I'm
You're
maybe
gonna
able-
pay $80 for a Wii game.
It's who told you it's $80?
Yeah, it's gonna be
yeah.
$80.
Is
It's
it?
gonna be $80.
It's gonna be
Nintendo.
$80.
It's gonna be $80.
I don't know
It's gonna
Wii
be
anymore, my
$80.
guy.
This is
I-
starting to sound like Sword and Shield won't be that bad. I'm sure it
Oh
will.
my god.
It's gonna be 60.
Jaheim, are you excited to play
Jaheim,
Skyward Sword
Jaheim,
HD on your
it'll be
Switch?
$60 USD.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like,
it will be 60. Yes.
yeah.
Well, am I excited to play on my Switch? Super excited, man.
You're
Maybe you
excited
can
to
play
pay
some Smash in the
$80 to play
meantime.
that game on your Switch? Yeah.
Nick, I'm broke. But
Oh.
no,
Well, wait,
I'm excited because like all the losers he used to shit on Skyward Sword for the motion controls can finally shut up. Talking about
Yes.
you, Aaron
I know.
from Game Grumps. I'm calling you out.
Oh,
Um,
It's
jeez.
gonna
Okay.
be
Yeah,
good.
Sequelitis is a fantastic series.
Shut up.
Anyways,
Oh,
the reason
God.
I'm so excited for Skyward Sword is because it's my introduction to Zelda, right? Along with Twilight
Yeah.
Princess. Plus, like I like the game. I don't mind paying $60 or $80 to play it again.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me.
That's nice.
Like,
Wait, do you have Breath of the Wild though?
no, I don't have Breath of the Wild.
You know,
Sad. I might buy 2 if they release it.
Well, you know what? As I can't speak for you. I know you have nostalgia for Skyward Sword, but if you don't have a Zelda game for the Switch, I kind of recommend Breath of the Wild more than
yeah,
Skyward
Breath of the
Sword.
Wild is.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be buying Breath of the Wild too.
You,
Don't
you
worry
know
about
what's
that.
weird? I'm such a huge Skyward Swords activist, but I've never played it. I've played
Yeah?
other Zelda games, but never Skyward Sword.
Actually, that's kind of funny. I'm kind of the same way. I played the first 2 dungeons, but I never got past those
Mm.
because I used to watch my sister play it. I watched her play it through like 3 times when I was a little kid.
Hmm. I think I watched Chugga Connery play it,
Oh
which
yeah,
is why I liked it so much.
he's playing Xenoblade 2 right now.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he
So
is.
cool.
speaking of Xenoblade 2, I may buy that game too.
Yeah.
Oshi,
Or-
you were not going to be able to play that game in your house.
Oh, yeah, that's-
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Hey, handheld mode. Handheld mode.
Probably handle home mode, but then might just lose the amazing graphical quality that Nintendo fans always cry about.
Oh, that's true because Xenoblades don't work that well in handheld.
Yeah,
Or not
like
perfectly.
Actually,
Yeah,
if
like-
you're gonna buy Xenoblade, get Xenoblade DE first and then play 2.
definitely.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to go
Or
from
maybe.
2 to 1.
Or maybe, hear me out, guys. I, myself, right, am amazing at finding illegal emulators on the internet.
Go
You
to
think
you
find
could
a
find-
emulator.
Emulators
have-
are not hard to find.
I may
Yeah.
have found a Switch emulator that works on your phone.
What? You cannot play Xenoblade Chronicles on your phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
I'm sorry.
cannot worry. Your phone is
But-
actually gonna die with you.
But
If you can barely play Dragon Raja,
an-
you cannot play Xenoblade.
It's a pseudo
Oh no,
open world
Dragon
game.
Raja played amazingly smoothly well. Like this phone can still handle a lot of heat. So-
You said Dragon Raja. I believe you meant Dragon Rampa.
No,
no,
Dragon
no,
Raja.
no.
No, please don't. Dragon Raja was this amazing.
We're not
It's-
plugging Dragon Raja for free. If you
I
want to
know,
know about it,
It was
search
a
it
good
up.
game.
We only
was a
plug
good-
Raid Shadow Legends.
It
Shut
was
up.
a,
You
it was
know
a really
what?
good game.
I've actually played Raid Shadow Legends, and you
Yeah.
know what? It's not good. It's all lies. It's
Oh,
you
wow.
just found
It's
Wow, I
out?
can't
just
believe
it's
it.
another hero collector.
I can't believe
It's
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
bad.
I just like how I downloaded Exo's Heroes. I still play it. I'm starting to get
I don't want to
sick
hear
of it.
about Exos.
I'm getting sick of it. I may delete it. Okay, anyway.
So
Where
yeah,
was I talking about? Okay, yes. Switch emulator. I can write it on my phone. Just need to find the ROMs, and that's it. So,
Good luck with that,
basic-
man.
what else
the
was shown
basic-
off?
Splatoon.
Splatoon 3.
No, Triangle Tactics, guys.
Actually,
Triangle
I'll be
Tactics is
honest.
like a
Octopath
wannabe.
2, Pog. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I am genuinely hyped for Triangle Tactics just because
Of
I'm like a
course.
sucker for those. I'm a sucker for those style of games. Like, first of all, the style, I just love it.
The 8-bit or like 16-bit in like a realistic world.
Yeah, it just looks so
So-
good. I'm like both. I think Nick can attest to like Octopath is just it's a beautiful game. It
Yeah,
does
the
show
art
like
style is pretty great.
it shows that you don't need to be hyper realistic to look really good.
Right.
And
Well,
also,
that's
Hold
the
up,
PlayStation
give me a
fans.
but
I'm looking at Octopath. It reminds me of this other underrated gem called Hollow Knight.
Oh, I
bring up
love
Hollow
that
Knight.
one. Yeah, that is a
Don't bring it up.
fantastic game.
It's not.
Definitely one that you guys should all check out.
Don't bring it up.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to hear about Hollow Knight.
Octopath is
anymore.
really cool. I think they call it like a 16-bit HD or something like that. That's what I've heard people throw the word on, like just to describe Octopath in. Basically, 16-bit HD.
You know,
HD background.
I'm actually really not hyped for Triangle Tactics at all because I actually need to play Octopath first, and I have the game, but
You
I've
haven't
never
played
touched
it?
it.
I mean,
No.
both me
Well,
and Nick,
it's my sister's technically.
both me and Nick still haven't finished the game, but
Really?
yeah.
With
You
how
guys
much
talk
you
about it
suck
so
It's
much.
about
a
it?
long game.
It's a long
I mean,
game,
I
yeah.
finished my first playthrough of it, but like,
Very good.
Mm.
yeah.
Wait, did you do the final boss?
No, not yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
stuck-
long game.
Yeah, I'm stuck on like the 4th chapter for all the characters. I need to grind out like my backup party to get there, and
is-
Mhm.
This is why RPGs are trash. Let's see, these guys can't even complete the game.
Yeah.
Why? Shut up. RPGs are
Look,
great,
they're
and maybe
amazing,
if you
man.
don't
No,
like
no, no.
them, it's because you were bullied as a child. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Don't bring.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick.
oh, Nick,
Whoa,
hold
man.
up, hold up. I'm all for with G
You know-
slander, but that's a little too much.
Since you
Uh,
said it, I'm gonna say it. Hollow Knight is just wannabe Shovel Knight. Just gonna say it right now.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I don't
Am
want
I
to say
wrong?
what I want to say on the podcast because I feel like this is
Why?
gonna get
Does-
removed
does it
from
have to
YouTube for
start
hate
with an
speech.
N?
So I'll
it
have some
start with an
private
N?
words with you later.
oh boy.
All right, buddy.
Hollow Knight is
Moving on.
Moving
Looks
on.
like you guys
Okay.
are gonna have to have a little nice chat behind the back door of the Jaheim and Cast building.
Uh,
I'd
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to say
Yeah, the
A,
building.
we follow COVID protocols and we do not meet in person as we do not wish to spread
No,
the
we
virus.
don't.
And second thing is that we do not condone violence of any kind. Thank you.
Right.
That's
Except
a
racial
lie.
violence.
Well, that one's
So,
funny.
so before,
But before we move on to Pokemon and stuff, I think we should talk
Or
about
PS5.
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon!
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3!
Oh man,
Splatoon
that's,
3.
I don't know how
I'm
I feel.
excited.
I don't know how I feel about it. On one hand, it's a sequel to a
Really?
game that I really like, so it's like I'm happy. But on the other hand, Splatoon lately has been sort of like a mark for Nintendo where they're going to be releasing something big at that point. Like every single, it's like they've released with the release of the Switch, they came out with the release of the Switch, they released a sequel to Splatoon 1, so Splatoon 2, which is currently still quite popular still. Like it's still actively played a lot. I can't say the same about Splatoon for the Wii U at this point.
Splatoon 1 is overrun by hackers. It's a war zone. At this
Actually,
point.
before we continue, we should explain what Splatoon is because
Oh,
I mean,
it's like okay,
you're
it's
a kid
COD.
now, you're a
Was he-
squid now.
It's
yeah.
like COD, but
You're a kid,
but
you're a
you're
squid,
used-
you're a kid, you're a squid.
basically a
Yeah.
kid now is good. Yeah, basically it's basically COD.
Splatoon is Nintendo's latest IP. I think it's still their latest IP, right?
It's
Have they
What are
made
you
it?
talking
No,
about? It's
no.
like 3 years old.
It's
Sorry, it's
the-
like 8 years old. It came out with the Wii U. I actually don't
Yeah,
know.
but like,
Yes,
when does
I think-
Nintendo ever make anything new?
ARMS.
Oh,
Astral Chain.
Okay, shit.
Astral
Okay.
Chain, no.
Astral
Astral
Chain
Chain.
is more of Sega. Not
Bro. Did you just say
Okay,
Sega?
so
Okay, Sega owns Atlas.
All right. I'm sorry. Let me
My
rephrase.
Smash Brain is working right now.
Splatoon
Okay,
is
Atlas is
Nintendo's
not-
latest IP that people actually care about.
right.
No offense to Astral Chain. I'm sorry, but as a
Astral Chain
That's
is
not even a
but
Nintendo
the-
IP,
no,
though.
it actually is a Nintendo IP. They've actually recently announced that Astral Chain is officially a Nintendo IP.
it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
a Nintendo IP.
I
So
don't.
But,
Astral Chain is
um,
confirmed for Smash in Smash 6.
Yeah, Ronik mentioned it earlier. If you ever heard the phrase "you're a kid now, you're a squid now," that's Splatoon. You can imagine what it is.
You've been
It's about
indoctrinated.
squids doing squid things.
Kids doing kids
Kids-
things. And
Okay,
this
that's
kids doing squid
not a
things.
great explanation. It's
Okay.
a third-person
Okay.
shooter game where your goal is to cover you're spraying ink, and your goal is to spray as
Ink.
much ink as you can.
It's
To
basically
just
a paintball.
you have to
It's
cover as much of the terrain as you can, basically.
It's
essentially
paintball, but you have to spray the floors instead.
Right,
of
and you
It's
can
turf-
swim
it's
through it
turf
as a
war. It's a
squid.
combination of paintball and turf wars, which is actually it's a generally a fun game where like there's different weapons that allow you to like well, I guess that's most games, but like different weapons that let you like change your strategy a little from a roller, which covers ground fast but a low range, from like a sniper that covers not a lot of ground but does good damage.
Mhm.
Right. So with that out of the way, Splatoon 3. Wait, when did Splatoon 1 come out? 2015, 16?
I can check right now.
Seamless
Uh,
Not
transition.
a while ago.
It showed up. The Splatoon with its ugly head on May 28th, 2015.
So
And,
it's been 6
Okay,
years. Almost been 6 years at this point.
So 2. When did 2 come out then?
So
2018.
that will be 21st July. 21st July 2017. It was when
Okay.
Okay.
2 released, and was released on the platform for the Wii U and Nintendo Switch. Its
All right.
developers are Nintendo Entertainment Analysis Department.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay.
Alright,
Nintendo
we-
Entertainment.
As I told you
Okay.
before. Okay.
So it's also probably worth mentioning. I don't know if we mentioned it in the prior episode, but me and Jaheim became friends before the
Yeah.
Jaheim crew was even ever made. We
The-
became friends through Splatoon.
Splatoon is
Aw.
what created all of this.
Oh, by
So
the
yeah, it's a
way-
series. Oh yeah.
By the way, my uncle who works on Nintendo. Sorry, I mean,
Shut up.
basically, I am really into leak
Aw.
speculations, and
Go on, go on.
Splatoon 3's release date was just I think leaked by online. Like it has a release date of June 30th, 2022. That's what online retailers are saying.
All right.
Okay.
So that's what I was going to say. I can talk about leaks and speculations later once you guys are done.
Please no.
Alright, so Splatoon 3.
Well,
Splatterine, if you
Well,
will.
well, obviously they're
Mhm.
going to be
Oh.
releasing something big during that time. Probably the next, probably like the Switch XL, which apparently Jaheim's waiting for a release date so that he can
I'm
buy
just
it.
waiting for the Switch Pro because
sorry.
I'm willing to bet money that like a month after I buy a Switch, they're gonna announce the Switch Pro, and I'm gonna
Yeah, it's
cry.
gonna be like this. The new Nintendo Switch Pro XLDSi is released for the public now. Enjoy amazing games from the DS line, the Wii U line, the Wii line, the GameCube line, all in one powerful console.
And it's gonna be cheaper than the Switch regular.
Yep, that's what it'll
Kinda-
be like.
Totally.
Yeah, but let's finally talk about some Splatoon 3.
Right, so, maybe we
you
should
can
start at the
be an
beginning, though,
Aqua.
right? Because,
What do you mean?
Yeah.
oh, yeah, from the trailer.
Yeah,
Yes.
In the beginning, God
Oh.
created the heaven and the earth.
Well, no, let's start back from let's start from 2, the final Splatfest. I like how the final Splatfest kind of determined the next games for Splatoon now.
Right.
I hope they keep that.
So what was it in this one? Was it Pearl and Marina?
No, this time it was Chaos versus
Order
Order.
versus Chaos.
Oh, right.
That was
Wait,
Order.
Wait, for just quick information, a Splatfest is basically a competition within game between two sides, and where players can choose a side to support, and they end up clashing with each other, so that basically
Mhm.
like whatever side wins gets like a prize. However, for the last Splatfest of 1, it actually determined the fate of a certain character in 2, and at the time no one realized it until we ended up playing the game, which was actually
Yeah.
was interesting for like the community to realize that, oh wait, our decisions have an impact. And
So
now
basically,
and then for 2, the decision was much bigger, and it affected the entire course of the game.
so
Right.
basically, this is the American voting system.
mm,
In a
I
nutshell.
guess.
I don't think the
In a
American
nutshell,
voting system involved guns. Oh, like
It's all an allegory.
I'm moving on from
Anyway.
that. So
Instead of, it's always
ahead.
opposing ink colors when you're fighting. It's all a metaphor for black and white.
Oh,
the Bloods.
It's all.
Hey, what are the two big gangs in LA? The Bloods versus. Damn it!
the Bloods in the hips, I think.
Well, Liam, where were you going with talking about the Splatfest?
Well, I guess
I was gonna talk
for
about how
Order
like
Chaos.
it's basically it's like Badlands now. Like,
Oh, right, yeah.
They're in the desert and they're in a junk city.
So, yeah, it's a cool premise. Yeah, there was like an upside down Eiffel Tower or something,
Yeah,
right?
so apparently
Yeah,
we're
there
over
was
the French.
Oh shoot, no, that wasn't the Eiffel Tower. Come to think of it, that was probably
It was
just
Tokyo Tower, I think.
yeah, the Inkopolis Tower.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Hey, Cannon, we're in France, and we took over the French because we're Great Britain.
Paris. Oh, I thought we were Germany, but okay.
No, canonically though, I'm pretty. This isn't Inkopolis. This is somewhere completely different.
It is somewhere
Right.
completely different.
Oh yeah. Like, so we see an Inkling walking through the desert, and they have like a pet salmon, which is
they have a salmonoid.
That's neat, I guess. Salmonoids are kind of butt ugly, but
About the salmonoids in the trailer for the final Splatfest, there's like 2 teams. So then on the Chaos team, you could see that it was going to be about the salmonoids, and then the Order team was going to keep being about the octolings.
who would have chosen the salmonoids?
I don't know. Salmonoids are actually a cool premise, if I'm going to
They
be
are,
honest.
but like, you don't want to be on the side of them, do you? Like, they're fun to fight against. But
Well, I don't know if it's going to be like they're the antagonists, or if they're just going to delve more into the story of salmonoids.
So,
oh yeah, that would make sense.
what I'm getting at this is people voted for salmonoids because haha, funny salmon.
No,
Instead
people
of-
voted.
No, they didn't.
People voted for Chaos because they're maniacs and they thought it was gonna be cool.
For the record, me and Ruin, we were supporting Team Chaos, and I remember you.
I
were
know
like,
you were.
You were like, "Oh,
Were
wow,
we?
you guys are horrible people. You gotta do order." Yeah, we were. Remember? Remember we had like that big argument with Jaheim, I think.
The only reason Chaos won is because I don't have a Switch. I'm just gonna say it.
I'm sorry. It's your mental training that even if you don't have the game, that you're an expert at it, just like you are in Guilty Gear, just like you are in Smash Ultimate. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, speaking of Guilty Gear.
Oh, we're not going to that
No,
topic just yet.
Okay, tell me once you guys reach Guilty Gear, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna go
Um,
ham.
So yeah, we see an Inkling walking through the desert, and they have like a bow or something, like an ink bow.
It looks
Yeah.
like it's gonna be.
I mean,
Wow.
nothing can surprise me with Splatoon weapons at this point.
Yeah.
True.
I just stick with my trusty brush.
A giant ballpoint pen.
Hmm
So
And then they
I'm
get in like a
surprised
train.
They're on a train.
the
and-
train
Yeah.
scene was so. I
yeah, I
found
know
it
it was
funny.
super funny.
Why was it funny?
I don't know, just
'Cause-
how awkward it was.
It was really
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
It was long. Like it
Yeah.
does make me wonder though, like what the area is gonna be, because it's probably gonna be story mode, right?
Ah,
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
the
like
train. The train probably has to do with story mode.
Or the area, I guess it could be tutorial, the tutorial area, because
Well, yeah, I figured it's just the tutorial, and then you ride the train to get to the
Yeah.
city.
But I'm
Yeah.
assuming like
Um,
that the area is just it's just like it's too well made for it to just be like one small like part of the game. Like
Yeah, I guess.
like in Splatoon 1 in the tutorial, it was essentially part of Inkopolis Square. It was still part of the same main hub area. Like you can see like the models of like the buildings in the background. But in this is like it's like a completely new area. Like we see the tower that's been flipped over, and it's like definitely it's like a wasteland, and it looks really sick. Like I can't wait to play.
So you're telling
Um,
me that this game is Splatoon, Breath of the Wild.
No,
No, what?
not
Well-
at all.
No.
the Octarians were the antagonistic force in the first and second ones, so it kind of makes sense if they shifted to like the Salmonids, maybe,
Yeah, that's one thing I sort of agreed with.
or they could
I
they could introduce something else.
I mean, if you played the DLC for 2, it was Octo expansion. It introduced like a second interesting villain where it was like
Tartar.
Tartar, that's right.
Yeah. It was like a robot designed by humans like long ago. And like
Right.
I feel like that could have been like a really interesting premise for the third game, because like that's
Oh,
essentially
I've got it.
chaos.
I've got the premise for the third game. It's a very sandy area we see, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out. What we're seeing is Bikini Bottom,
Oh
Shut up.
hell.
and it's a
No.
Splatoon
Stop.
SpongeBob crossover.
I
Oh my
hate
god.
this. No,
That would
Okay,
be
what-
perfect. You can swim as a
What if-
Squidward.
In actual stop. In
What if-
actual like speculation, the theme of the game is chaos, right? I think what happened is like maybe the Salmonids took over and destroyed the place, and it's gonna be like a Badlands-esque game, or like
then
a
we see-
no, not Badlands, like a Mad Max. Like,
No, I don't know though, because then we see the person arrive in like a station, right? And then we see another hub, much like the ones from the
Yeah,
first
but
game.
the thing is,
It's all
this is
very
a-
dirty looking.
Yeah, it's
What
like a rundown city, and it's a different city from Inkopolis. So I think Inkopolis got destroyed by the Salmonids or something.
What if it's global warming and the ocean is starting to dry up more?
Well, the Inklings
That's-
wouldn't mind that because the Inklings die in water.
They die in water.
Shit. Okay. But
Isn't
my
that what
idea was-
happened? I'm pretty sure
I-
that's like humans died out and Inklings took over.
Yeah.
That's the plot of the game.
Yeah, but
Uh,
like I was thinking, like maybe the ocean started retreating back and it became like this deserty area because sediments are in the bottom of the ocean. Anyways,
Funny.
I'm getting into marine biology.
Funny enough, I was playing Splatoon 2 with Isaac and my cousin earlier today. My cousin is about 10, and he just got the game a little while ago, so I was playing with him. I don't know. I was a little rusty, but I think it's pretty easy to get back into the Splatoon. And I only use the ink brush. Only. It's the only weapon I know how to
Yeah.
use now.
Yeah, I know you use it's your main weapon now.
Mhm.
See, I haven't played Splatoon in a long time, but I'm gonna stick to my gals.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you had the girls, the gals.
Yeah,
96 and 69 or whatever.
yeah.
Attention!
Oh fuck. What?
This
God.
attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed, but I will survive. For
Who do you get attacked
a
by?
certain anti-Hollow Knight activist, terrorist, scum, sent mysterious hacker assassins to my home to
So you,
cut
my
my
goodness.
Wi-Fi
That's
cord
weird.
in the
Guys,
middle
this
of
is
the
breaking
night.
news.
Yet
you got
I
attacked
have
by Winnie the
survived.
Pooh?
I have
Oh
survived.
man, that's
Are you
weird.
I have
okay?
returned
That's crazy.
triumphant, risen from the ashes to talk about, I don't know,
Whatever we're
Pokemon? What are you guys
talking
talking about?
Did they maybe have an
Splatoon.
accent?
Oh, absolutely. Of course they did.
Oh my gosh.
I have no
That's just
idea
like-
who those guys could be.
Well,
Back to Splatoon.
now that you're safe and sound, we can keep talking about Nintendo games.
Mhm.
What else is
Nintendo.
there
Go
to
ahead.
say on Splatoon 3?
Are we moving on from Splatoon 3 now?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. What else was in the trailer?
Nothing really.
Character customization. Like you
You
can
Oh,
make
I
you can pick Octolings from the very start.
I will say, this is probably in part due to nostalgia, but I never felt Splatoon 2 was quite the same as 1. Like it was better in some ways, but off the hook, it never really clicked as much as Squid
Really?
Sisters for me. Yeah, it really didn't.
Oh, that's weird. I prefer Off the Hook if I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, really? Well,
Yeah,
'cause
I love the
one of them's
Squid
black.
Sisters.
'Cause one of
Well,
them's black.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
No, I know they're popular, but I don't know. I kind of want the Squid Sisters back. Wouldn't it be cool if they had like a I don't
Wait,
know.
why wouldn't they
You
be
know,
back? Were they
you know,
not in one?
sometimes bands make like returns, like grand returns.
Mhm.
Rest in peace.
They were in 1 and 2, but the main group in 2. Oh, that's kind of weird. Off the Hook didn't actually do anything in 2's plot.
No, they did. Well, in the Octo expansion, they show up
Well,
at the
no,
end.
the Octo expansion counts as something else. Like in the actual
In the
base
story,
plot
in
of
the
2,
main
they
plot,
were
did
they
nothing.
didn't do a thing.
Yeah, they
They
don't do
did
anything.
nothing, which is
Uh,
weird.
I guess they're planning.
And then there's
on
also the fact of the
in
specials that they dropped all the
The
cool
specials.
specials from 1.
Aren't the specials from 1 back in 3? I thought I saw some of them.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
We
were in
saw
the trailer.
Kraken. That's
Yeah.
And I think the
Yeah.
Ink Strike.
The Ink Strike was the greatest loss to Splatoon.
Then the other thing.
Insuka.
Well, Splatoon 1. Isaac and I were talking about this earlier today, but it had 3 very nice ranked modes. It had Rainmaker, Splat Zones, and Tower Control, and that's all you need. Those are 3 very balanced modes. Splat Zones isn't my favorite, but you know I appreciate the trifecta. Splatoon 2 has Clam Blitz.
What?
Clam Blitz.
Imagine
Is that
it's
the
like
only
football.
ranked
It's like
mode?
football.
I don't even understand a thing about that mode.
Is that
It's-
one of the ranked modes or the
Yes, it's one of the
main?
new ranked modes.
Oh,
It's
that's-
not very fun.
Oh man.
Then
I
just
guess,
don't play
I
it.
guess fun.
I
just
used to
has
play
be
so much. Well, you and me, Jaheim, we used to play so much ranked battle in Splatoon
Yeah,
1.
we
But
did.
in Splatoon 2, I've played almost no ranked in my entire
Oh,
time
wow.
at the game. Like, I only play Turf War now whenever I go back to it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I loved Splat Zones in Tower.
Tower was always my favorite. Rainmaker's pretty cool, too.
The best part, the only reason I loved Rainmaker, also hated, was that like your team could just be idiots of the Rainmaker and not do a thing. Like I can't remember the amount of times where like I kind of just got sick of it, so I grabbed the Rainmaker and ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love Splatoon. Wow, the ranked games. So that's a little disappointing. Hopefully 3 fixes that though.
Right.
Mm.
Well, I'm not going to get rid of any modes. Although, you know, Splatoon games, they kind of seem like they're coming out not too far away from each other. Like, 1 or 2 came out only like 2 or 3 years after 1. So
I guess it makes sense that this one also comes out.
it's kind of just like updated versions because the games aren't too different, really. Oh, another thing, Splatoon 2's stages. I feel like they're more gimmicky than 1's. That's just how I feel, I guess. But
There's a lot more movement. A lot of like
Mhm.
there's like some changes in the stage or like new areas open up. It's not bad, but especially in a game where it's turf wars where you gotta cover area, it does sort of mess up any like sort of strategies because it's like, okay, I can hold this area off, but then all of a sudden a new path opens up and literally like the chokehold that you made can't work anymore, which
well,
does
not to
help,
mention,
but like at the same time,
Shifty Station.
that's true.
The Splat, Jaheim, you might not have known this. During Splatfest in 2, I think it's like pretty much the only stage you play on during Splatfest. It's called Shifty Station,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
know
just
about it.
it's so gimmicky. I never liked Shifty Station. None of the versions of it.
Mm.
I don't
Shifty
know.
Station, like shitty station. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what I
Oh,
mean.
that is so funny and
Yeah.
so quirky. I am laughing.
Zinger as
Ha, ha.
usual, Josh.
Ha, ha, ha. I
So,
feel
any last
funny.
thoughts on Splatoon 3?
No. I think
I'm
it's
just really
time for
excited
us
for
to
this
move
game.
on.
I'm excited to play with you, Jaheim.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Right.
take a bit. Like maybe. Actually, no. It's coming out late 2022.
2022
No,
or
I'll
mid.
have a Switch by then.
Of course you will.
Right.
But
So-
I think it's time to move on to the big world-ending theme
Most
that's
exciting.
gonna cause a lot of it's gonna cause a shitstorm if I'm being honest.
Guilty Gear Strive.
No. Guilty Gear Strive would absolutely cause a shitstorm, but that's not what I'm talking about. Right?
Oh man,
I'm talking about Pokemon.
Oh hell.
Pokemon.
I wanna be
the game.
I just want to
Oh,
say something.
It's next week.
The
Was-
name of my iPhone has been set to #GameFreeLied for the last 4 years, and I don't plan on it stopping ever. Okay?
Okay.
Because that company is trash, and I need everyone to know it. Okay?
God, Nick.
Take a
Game
look
Freak.
at the Legends Arceus trailer. Take a good look. Look at those trees.
Shut up.
Look at
Shut
those
up.
fucking trees. They didn't
Shut up.
fix
What's the
anything.
trees for people?
They can't
Why?
render any goddamn
Are
trees.
you
I love the
serious?
trees.
Listen.
But Jesus
Listen.
Christ.
Nick.
But guess
It-
what? But
it's
guess what,
early
guys?
game
But guess what,
footage.
guys? The game it's early in development, guys.
Early in
It's 2
development.
years away from
They
release,
have-
guys.
they
It's
have a
not
lot of
actual
time.
gameplay footage, guys.
If I may
All
interrupt.
right. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Did you hear that?
Oh,
Where have I heard that before?
Oh my god! You know what, guys?
Yeah,
Talk
Now,
to
where
Sword
have I
Shield.
heard that before?
Let him take it
The
out,
game
guys.
is early in development. The game won't actually
Nick,
look like
listen.
that. There's no way they'll actually have that in the
Can-
full
can
launch
Let
of
him
the
take
game,
it out.
right?
Let him take it out, guys.
Right?
What is
Right?
it?
He's been holding it for the past 4 years. Let him take it out loud. Guys.
Right?
So, oh my god.
That's-
The Sword and Shield
We'll see.
video
We'll see.
was
We'll
a
fucking
trailer.
see.
What
All right.
The Sword and
We'll
Shield
fucking see
video.
in 2 years
it was
when
a
I'm
trailer.
right again, just like I was last time.
You sound like a maniac, man.
Yeah. Like,
Alright, can
I
I
know,
say it now?
like, Nick, I think you're kind of obsessed with something you hate.
No,
I-
listen.
I
The Sword and Shield
despise-
video was like a full-on trailer. What we saw today was more of a right, so it makes sense that it's gonna look a lot different. Plus, we didn't see a single town in the entire game, so I'm pretty sure
Can we
it's safe.
talk about Shimmering Diamond and Poopy Pearl first?
Your
Oh my
garbage
God, okay.
remake.
So yeah, Gen 4 remakes have been very, very anticipated, and I, for one, I dreaded them because I knew Game Freak would not do justice, and here we are.
I mean,
this isn't by Game
not-
Freak.
It's not by Game Freak. It's by I Love Computer
Right.
Arts.
Still,
Ironically.
They
still.
outsourced it. They listened to the fans. They kept saying the fans kept saying
They
games.
outsourced
Outsource
it.
your games. They said, you know what?
Actually-
Here you go.
You know what?
They
I do have some praises. Yeah, the game does not look very good. Not at all.
Not
Like,
yet.
There have been 3DS games that look nicer, I think.
But then, but
an example. Later Mario and Luigi games for the 3DS.
Yeah.
But one thing I did notice actually in the trailer is that there were new move animations,
Mhm. Well,
and that's kind of monumental, given that it's been like 6 or 7 years since we've
Wow,
had.
they launched on a new platform and they added new animations.
I
Wow, that
know.
is such a high bar.
It's
that
actually
we are judging
unbelievable.
this company to.
Nick,
I am just
Nick,
amazed.
please take this to Twitter, please, Nick. We don't have time for this. Please take this to Twitter.
I don't
Yeah,
think he
instead we
wants
should
to
talk
take this.
about.
but
They can't,
Yes.
I don't know. The Platinum content, Platinum as a game is quite a bit better than Diamond and Pearl.
Mhm.
Actually, it would be funny. It would be funny if they
Platinum
kept the slow HP bars. The one thing that everybody has a
Oh,
problem
that
with.
would be so funny. They
Oh,
did it out
they
of
did-
They make
spite.
them
It
slower.
is it's a one-to-one recreation. So
Right.
Yeah, it's a 1-to-1, meaning they slapped 3D textures over the original game.
Oh yeah, for that matter, Nick, we were talking about that just a little earlier. But is this new game not going to be a Gen 8 game?
It's not Gen 8.
Honestly,
Gen 8.
Wait,
They
which game? Legends Arceus or
No,
the
the
remakes?
Doopy Diamond.
Oh, Doopy
They're
Diamond.
Brilliant
is,
Diamond and Shiny Pearl. Honestly, it's really. I think we'll have to wait till we see more details because
if they didn't, well, right, but if it's not going to be Gen 8, they did Gen 4 really dirty.
it just does not look
Yeah,
like.
no,
Because
it is.
we've been
Gen 8.
waiting for Gen 4 Megas as well.
Actually, these remakes are Ronik. Did you really think they were gonna do megas? Like, did you really?
They're
Were you
Oh,
really like that
I
deluded
didn't wanna
that
give
you think Game Freak would bring back megas? No, they never. It's never
Wait,
happening. I'm
no,
sorry. Mega
no.
Gliscor isn't real. Mega Flux
Aw,
isn't
man.
real. It's never
I'm
happening.
sorry, guys, but they're not going to put in Gen 4.
It makes
Mega.
me sad too, man. I don't
Well,
know.
Anyway,
I don't think like Poopy Pearl and Shining Diamond are remakes. I think they're more of a.
Wait, what
not
do you guys have against
It's
Brilliant
basically.
Shiny Pearl? What?
I mean,
Yeah, it's stupid.
so basically, I'm gonna say this. I kind of dig the chibi art style.
I wish it looked good. The
Yeah.
chibi art style is like it's a
Yeah.
start, you know. They could do something good with that.
I
But
think
like
it looks a
compared
little
to,
too muddy. It looks
compared to
dark
Link's
and-
Awakening, it looks like a 3DS game.
Yeah, it looks kind of too muddy. That's one
Mhm.
of my complaints. But Legends Arceus, like I can't believe Game Freak is
Well,
developing.
You
So
know
to
what?
transition to that, I said before, man, if this isn't a Gen 8 game, they did Gen 4 real dirty. But no, Legends Arceus just might redeem the
I think it's a
rematch.
spin-off, honestly.
Legends
is, but-
Arceus looks like
It
a
is.
spin-off.
I mean, it has the
Yeah, it has-
subtitle, right? So it's a spin-off.
Yeah, so
It
basically
looks-
it's gonna be Legends.
I don't know,
Arceus.
guys. I am not optimistic for that game because it's being developed by Game Freak, and
But
I'm
Nick,
stuck
Yeah,
but
trusting
Nick,
this
it looks like Narwhal.
Oh my god, Ronak, you're right. Never mind, you changed my mind. It's fucking amazing. I can't
Honestly,
wait.
though, I'm not gonna defend. I'm sort of defending. It did look garbage. The frame rates are insanely
Yeah.
low,
Big Keck
but-
W.
but
Okay,
They need
I-
a few things.
a lot of things are good.
They showed
Right.
it off. Oh yes, sir.
I was gonna say they improved on a lot of stuff, like just the battling, the everything scaled to size. There's no instance zones or anything.
My first impressions is that I saw it and I was like, oh wow, this is very derivative of Breath of the Wild in its graphical style.
Yeah.
And then I watched the characters walking around, and their walk cycle looks like plastic. And,
Yeah.
and
Wow,
the
I wonder where I've
Pokemon-
seen those before.
walking around in the field. I don't know. I need to rewatch the trailer maybe. But like,
I mean,
No, they were super stiff.
This is
Hey.
not the Breath of the Pokemon. Okay?
I know they want to be right. They're
No.
testing the waters to see if
Mhm.
that'll work. Just like
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
Like,
Maybe
I don't
in
I think
another
that's
universe, Game Freak will make a good game.
I think
Maybe.
it's good that they're testing the waters for something like this because, if Game Freak tries to outdo their past games, they're obviously not going to do it. So trying something new is maybe the best way to go.
I mean, I kind of like how they have actually not split the development teams into two this time because this outsourced the other games to the other company, and they
That's
instead
the
like
other thing that really make it good is by outsourcing the game to Monolith Soft.
oh my
Everything
God.
Monolith Soft thrives. It's a beautiful company.
I'm gonna
mean-
be honest though. Pokemon is forever gonna the Pokemon games, modern Pokemon are forever gonna be inferior to Yokai Watch. Because Level 5 Games is just such a better company compared to Game Freak.
Yeah,
Level 5 Games actually makes good
Yokai
games.
Watch is amazing. So it's so sad that they're kind of
Did you
dead
know-
in the US.
Do you mind if I
Oh,
go on a
did
little bit of a?
Digimon has been.
Would
I
you
don't
mind if
know,
I go on
man.
a little bit of a tangent for Pokemon?
Sure.
Okay,
Go
so
for it.
I've been thinking about this for a while, but I haven't really brought it up to any. I'm gay. No. So if you think about Pokemon designs, right? Charmander from Generation 1, it has looked the exact same for 30 years. It has
Yes.
never looked different. Charmander.
Sure.
That's just as an example, right? But if you think about it, every single Pokemon looks completely identical to their original source art. Like, however they were drawn, they cannot be deviated. Like, Pokemon, in terms of their designs, have no room for ingenuity. The only thing you can do to a Pokemon is give them slightly better textures. And I'll contrast that. Well, I guess I should explain a little more first. That's why every generation adds so. That's why all the graphics look the same. Since they went 3D, obviously the graphics haven't gotten better. Or or barely at
I mean,
least.
other than when they jumped consoles and they looked slightly better compared to a fucking 3DS game.
Right, of course. But yeah, think about any Pokemon. Any
Right.
Pokemon, and think about how their design has changed over time, because it hasn't.
Uh,
Now here,
Whoa.
think about the Zelda series. How many different variety? Well, Jaheim maybe, because I don't know how much you guys play Zelda. But like the Bokoblin looks different in virtually every single Zelda
in
game.
every single
Right?
game.
There's no precedent holding the Zelda team to keep the Bokoblin looking identical in every game. And
Yeah, well,
so
Zelda
you gotta
is very
think, from a creative standpoint, Pokemon is a very, very rigid and stale franchise. Like, I'm not saying there's no potential for it, but they just the basic designs for Pokemon are so simplistic. If they're going to put them in a Breath of the Wild world, it frankly looks jarring if they're not going to update the designs at least a little bit. But if they do that, they'll face flack. So what can they do? But like, wouldn't you like to see like a Charizard where it actually has scales?
Yeah.
That would
but-
be cool.
That's another
But-
thing. Sword and Shield probably looks a reason it looks so underwhelming. I think this is maybe a more minor reason, but the Pokemon designs still look like they're from Generation 6 in 2014. Like
well, because
they just there's no room for ingenuity in Pokemon's graphics, which is making it age really, really poorly as we move forward. Like as Nintendo gets better and better graphics. Like look at Super Mario Bowser's Fury. Bowser looks so good there, and they could never do that with a Pokemon. Like I don't know, unless you're kind of Dynamaxing, I guess. But like for Pokemon, the only way is for right. They have to keep making more Pokemon, more forms for those Pokemon. But like it's kind of like it's like a depreciating franchise. Like they can never alter what's already existed because it's too iconic.
well, I
Anyway,
think
that's
they're
my-
aware
that's
of that.
That's my big thing I've been thinking about Pokemon. That it's just
Stagnant.
It's stagnant.
well, it's
Well,
visually very say.
well, if it makes you feel anything that well, I might compare this to Digimon, but Digimon haven't really changed much either. The Agumon from the 90s is the literal same Agumon from Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah,
That was the last.
but does Digimon get new HD games?
Let's see, your last Digimon game was Cyber Sleuth. That's the one I played.
Digimon is like it's a small franchise now.
Anyway, my
Still being
my
made.
big point. I think I have a point there about
Sure, how you do?
Yeah, you do.
about how
like-
I think what made me think of it is seeing the new Pokemon Snap, which is just a game about taking pictures of Pokemon. Like it's a game just about like Pokemon don't even use moves in that game. You're just on like a
It's on
taking
the
pictures of Pokemon out the window, and the Pokemon still look the same. Like Meganium was shown off. Meganium is just a flat green texture. It's so bland.
Yeah.
Like
No,
Meganium's like Brachiosaurus or whatever, right? They could. What if they gave it scales, even just like a very subtle bump to its skin?
No, I think they're aware
Yeah.
of just how visually stagnant the franchise is, which is why they're trying to subtly stop people from using old Pokemon by making national dexes.
Well,
And,
yeah. By
like,
making right.
they sort of
Right.
addressed it in Gen 5 when they did a soft reboot, so it was all fresh, but I doubt they'd ever do that again.
And Gen
Just-
5 is not exactly the peak of their design, but
Okay.
I think it is. Well, yeah, I think it is. We're not getting into that now, but
that's a topic for another
Okay.
time.
Comparing Zycan versus Charizard, right? You can see how they've put a lot of detail in Zycan than Charizard. As
Right.
that you need to keep a Pokemon interesting. Like you see Zycan missing an ear. There's some small stuff from the fur. So I see. What I think is they're going to try to do is that they're slowly just going to like change the
Well-
Pokemon designs over because they've changed. They changed Combuskin Shiny form. I think what they're going to do is they're going to slowly add more details for the older Pokemon as they progress more and more.
Them doing like a very, very Breath of the Wild derivative style game really makes it apparent how poorly the old Pokemon designs integrate into like a realistic world.
Yeah.
It's really like okay,
Not
perfect
not
example.
even entirely
The
realistic,
Detective
but like
Pikachu movie. The Detective Pikachu movie. Say what you will about it. It wasn't a perfect movie. It was kind of
Visually
mediocre.
amazing.
The Pokemon, they looked really good. Why can't the Pokemon look even just a little bit like that now?
I think they're
Yeah.
gonna slowly
I
transition.
think they're very scared of change, even though most people would not complain. Like
Oh
even
yeah,
just making it slightly look just slightly better, they never
Like
do because they're scared. But
one thing,
no one's gonna complain, and if people do complain, it's a vocal minority. But they're
yes,
I
one
don't
thing
know.
I really want to say, a lot of people missed it, but they brought back Syndico's Flames.
yeah.
Oh, and the other thing was the battle UI looks amazing. Looks nice and fresh.
I don't actually remember it.
You
Oh,
don't
okay.
remember?
Okay.
It only showed up for like 2 seconds.
Trailer.
I'm gonna
They
lie.
didn't, they didn't show in the trailer. They showed it. It's on the website. I looked at the battle,
It
right?
was on the trailer, but
Gallade,
No, it is in the trailer. It's in the
Okay.
trailer for a few seconds.
Gallade walks up to Garchomp to punch it in the face.
Well, yeah, the animations are better now.
Yeah. What I think is that
If they weren't, then I think Nintendo would actually lose money this time. No,
Yeah.
they would never lose money from Pokemon. I don't know what I'm saying.
you guys
You know,
see
Pokemon.
That's the one thing that sucks. No matter what happens, Pokemon will always be the highest grossing franchise
Yep.
until like all Pokemon fans die out,
The
which
last
will never
Pokemon
happen.
franchise. But you know what? Say what you will about their graphics. Say what you will about their moves not changing ever since they went 3D until I guess maybe now. But the move Protect has always changed. The move Protect it started as just like a little wall of blue light. Then it became like a soccer ball looking thing. Then it became like a wall of green light. And
Turn it-
Protect is a very important move. It's perhaps one of the most important moves. Protect is very valuable both in battles and in your everyday life, and that's why we'd like
fucking people over with stall comps. Yep.
NordVPN, which can protect your Wi-Fi from all kinds of people all over the world.
Okay.
Wow, imagine using the inferior NordVPN when you could
We're
instead be
sponsored,
using
Nick. You're not allowed to say that.
ExpressVPN, baby.
Nick, we're being sponsored by Nord.
You're
Wait,
not allowed to do this.
wait. We are.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll cut this part out. It's fine.
Okay.
NordVPN,
Let's just do that.
NordVPN would actually shut us down. They would take us to court.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, we'll
That'd be
Okay.
pretty sus.
yeah,
bad,
Isaac.
guys. My
Before we like go on to other games, right? Maybe PS5.
Instead, we're moving on.
Okay.
What's a PS5? That's kind of yikes.
Okay, but kind of funny, right? But the developers for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pro have worked on like games like Yakuza and Dragon Quest, right?
Wait, what?
But it looks, yeah,
Yeah, the company that they outsource it to have worked on Nier Automata, Yakuza.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They worked on a lot of stuff.
That is to say, you're talking about Bingle Diamond and Doongle Pearl.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't get how they kind of screwed it up. But on the other hand, then I was like, when I saw like Arceus, right, I was like, maybe Bandai Namco is working with Game Freak. But then I checked to see like what company's developing. It just says Game Freak. I'm like, my mind blew up, and my theory started to connect. So
Yeah.
my theory was that Game Freak could not possibly make this good stuff, probably because they have to split the teams into two, and they work in such strict time constraints under the Pokemon Company because they have to line up with anime, merch, cards.
Are you trying to defend? Are you trying to defend Sword and Shield?
Well, it is true. Game Freak is in a really tough spot. You know what?
I'm not defending Sword and Shield. You know what? I don't care about.
Chronicles Definitive Edition came out while almost the entirety of the Monolith Soft company was reallocated to work on Breath of the Wild 2. They still put out Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive.
I'm
and
waiting for when
My
Monolith Soft makes a
God, the
Pokemon
animation
game.
looks good.
It would be the best game to ever exist.
No, check. Watch. The next Xenoblade game introduces the ability to catch monsters, and that just becomes the new Pokemon.
Yeah, but you know what's so shitty? Sword and Shield would have actually been hailed as an amazing game because it was made for the 3DS. And if it came out on the 3DS,
I'm sure it would have. I'm
if
sure
it
it
ca-
would have.
I kind
Played
of
Sword and Shield, dude. Have you played the game, dude? First 20 minutes, I wanted to fucking kill myself because I
Came
couldn't
out on
walk 5 meters to end this fucking starting city, huh? Without
Okay,
Hop
but if it-
interrupting me.
Nick,
and
Nick,
fucking
Well, you know what, Nick? I don't
screaming
share
at
your
me.
at all because my sister
Okay.
played through the tutorial for me.
Yeah. Well, no, Nick, you have to be honest, right? If
Yeah.
it was a 3DS game, it would
Then
not
it
get
wouldn't have
me-
had all of those fucking amazing, like, not amazing. It wouldn't have had all those like neat open world features or like.
Yeah, it would have.
Sure, whatever, buddy. They changed all that for the
Monster
Switch.
Hunter's on the 3DS.
But Game
the
Freak is a
3DS
lazy fucking company, and they don't have to do
That's
more than they
That's true.
need to.
That's fair.
I don't know, man. Would they have cut the decks if it was on the 3DS?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably.
It's pretty bullshit. Not gonna lie.
Okay, anyways. So I was just saying. Let's go. Okay, I was going to transition to Final Fantasy 7.
No,
Oh,
no,
right, yeah. Well, I guess we're pretty much done with Pokemon. What else is there to say?
What else is
Can
to
I-
discuss?
Oh, I actually did want to say that Isaac told me earlier about the connection to feudal Japanese culture in the starters that
Yeah,
they
I was
chose.
just gonna bring
Yeah.
that up.
That-
What is
that's really
Cyndaquil?
cool. I like that. I think it is kind of a little weird that none of the starters are Sinnoh Pokemon.
Mhm.
Oh, isn't Oshawott Sinnoh?
No, but running in regards to the feudal Japan thing, Oshawott becomes a samurai, Rowlet becomes an archer, but what is Cyndaquil?
Oh, that's actually where
Boar.
Cyndaquil's cool. actually.
Shogun.
Shogun. His
What?
Japanese name actually means it's a pun on Shogun.
Oh,
Oh.
are you serious?
I'm being
Wait, sorry.
genuinely.
Which Pokemon's name?
Cyndaquil's
Cyndaquil.
Japanese name is actually a pun of Shogunate.
Wait, that's pretty good.
God damn, sort
Nice
of.
touch.
This
Although
Oh,
they put in
wait, I
Samurott.
just realized. That's why. It's because Samurot's like a samurai, and then
Just
Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil's
I
archer.
do have a couple criticisms though. I mean,
that's
yeah, of
really
course,
cool,
I
actually.
don't have anything against any of the starters really, but Decidueye has real bad stats, and Samurott
yeah.
really suffers its design. It's really kind of a
I'm
yikes.
so
Wait,
upset
what
about that.
problem do you have with Samurot's design?
Samurott
Fuck
is
you.
Look
amazing.
at it. No,
Alright, well,
He's
I've
got
been-
a
give me a second,
sword
I'll
on his
explain,
head,
actually.
and he's gonna fuck you up.
no.
No, I'll
I've had
explain.
this theory for
He
years.
might have
right?
the same qualm with it. Think about Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite, right? The third evolution is a
Feels-
complete non sequitur
Yeah,
to
it
the other.
feels like somebody else designed the third evolution. Like somebody had a clear
Actually, it
plan for the
does, huh?
first
And
two,
for that matter,
and then
Samurott.
somebody else came
Okay,
in.
and then someone came out and said, "Hey, wait a minute! I'm not gonna make another garbage two-legged furry bait Pokemon.
It
I'm
would
gonna
be
make a
cool.
badass fucking
Okay, but
otter
Nick,
with a sword on his
think
head."
They made
Okay.
instead of making like a standing up samurai, they made Samurott a starfish.
Standing up,
They
fucking
made it a starfish.
Look
better
at
than
them legs.
another trash furry bait third evolution.
Yeah, but Nick, it looks like
Yeah.
a starfish.
I don't care.
Oh, Nick.
Starfishes are cool.
Right, but it's
Well,
not a
I
star.
think-
It's an otter. It looks like a starfish.
I don't care.
You would've been
Starfishes are
happy.
cool. He has a sword on his head. Fuck you.
Alright.
I think we've been happy since there's no Pikachu Charizard. You know?
Well, not that we've seen yet. You know, like Asian culture has dragons, so Charizard's gonna
Yeah.
be there.
Oh, so is
My
Pikachu.
God, the trees look so bad in Legendary. I just actually looked at the. They have 2 years. They'll fix it.
Oh yeah.
That's what they all say.
They'll fix it.
Yeah. Right. But you know,
Okay.
it's okay. I've talked about it before. I don't want to go into detail about it right now, but Sinnoh is a really, really good region. Say what you love of Gen 4. Most people really
I'm so
love
trash.
it. But, well, okay, some people really love it.
I
But,
didn't see it.
Okay, a couple
Because I
people.
hate the stance. Like, I absolutely hate the stance. Like, I used to like Gen 4. Then the Gen 4 stance came, and it became super
What?
Well, you
toxic.
don't hate the gen, you hate the community.
No. That's how I started hating Gen 4.
Really?
I don't know, Gen 5 stands are kind of annoying as well. But,
Yeah,
but
Gen 4
What
stance,
do you mean?
garbage. You know
Anyway.
what? Pokemon, garbage.
Maybe
Garbage fans.
that valiantly defend their gen is annoying. Regardless of who it is. It's kind of a toxic culture to like hate on each other. But anyway, Sinnoh, as a region, it has a lot to explore about it. Like, I'm not saying that's significantly deeper than any of the other regions, but I think it's at least kind of there. Like, you have the thing of it being the center of the Sinnoh region being the starting point of the entire Pokemon. And the fact the game's called Arceus, obviously Mount Corp is going to be pretty important. Sinnoh has a lot of like old-fashioned towns and stuff. I mean, it was already pretty like, it was already somewhat classical Japanese before this feudal route. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm optimistic for it. If it
Ogchamp. The
Even-
average
even
optimist versus the average nihilist.
even if the bar is very very low, Pokemon right now.
I don't mind.
Okay, so that's Pokemon. That's the new Pokemon updates. We
Yeah, that's
we got
basically-
that topic almost
Pokemon,
before we-
Pokemon Unite. You know what? I need to talk about Pokemon Unite.
Oh god, I don't even know what
I
that
don't
is.
know.
Hell yeah, Pokemon League of Legends, baby! I
God,
can't
no.
wait.
I don't want
It's,
to hear
it's
about
getting,
that.
a, it's getting a beta. It's getting a beta in Canada March 18th.
Oh,
I
March 18th.
can't wait.
Can't wait to support Tencent. You know.
Yeah. No. I'll pass.
What else? What else has
Oh.
been in our minds lately? In our minds and our hearts.
So, if I told you that I watched PS5 State of Play, right, and I may have found out that Final Fantasy VII is getting the remake Part 2, and Part 1 is getting a remaster for some reason. That's happening.
Well, it's not
The
really
PS5.
remaster,
Yeah, I
it's
hear-
optimization.
Yeah, like
I
I'm kind of hyped with that. Then there's Guilty Gear Strive, and then there's the next FNAF game that looks amazing, and somehow it's really cool.
wow, man, I'm happy for you.
Hey,
I'm
Isaac,
also happy for MatPat.
No, you have no idea how. Like, okay, you know how you talk about Pokemon getting kind of
Yes.
stagnant. I talk about FNAF and kind of getting stagnant. First
Yeah.
first 4 games, it's just sit and survive, right? And I think Scott realized that. And that's why he that's why he made sure the next games are not sit and survive. Thank the Lord, because the newer games they're all in VR and they look really cool. They're really fun to watch and play, and they're interesting because they increase the element of horror than just like because when FNAF relies on like a one trick pony where you just sit there and you just suddenly get jump scared. But when you're playing a VR game, it amplifies a lot more, and yeah, basically, and the sound design is amazing, so you feel the senses feel more heightened when you get scared. That's all I have to say about FNAF. Security
All right.
breach. And Guilty Gear Strive. So guys,
What about that
but
FNAF
we're not
movie?
talking
Ujiwa?
about Strive. If we
What?
talk
What?
about Strive,
why?
because Isaac's gonna get all upset.
Why is you gonna get all upset about Guilty Gear
Uji,
Strive?
You know
Uji, what
why,
happened?
Uji.
Uji, what happened to the FNAF movie? Isn't that supposed to be happening?
Oh yeah, that's what's happening.
What,
Yeah,
the
is it?
Nicolas Cage movie? When are we watching that? Willy's Wonderland.
What? What are you
Oh,
talking
FNAF
about?
movie
That's
is
the
an
new
actual movie.
FNAF. Wait, what? There's an actual FNAF movie?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about Nicolas Cage's new movie.
Oh my god, I love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
We
well,
have to
this
see
is
the-
this is the perfect Nicolas Cage movie.
Yep.
So, Isaac, how long has this episode been?
We're over an hour long, an hour 8 minutes.
All right.
All right.
Before we end, I want to talk about
That's-
how upset you get over Strive. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So, in Strive. See, in Guilty Gear, I happen to play the best character in the game.
The most
Isaac's-
brain
Isaac's-
dead
for sure.
monkey pushing button character that has ever been created. And guess who Jaheim plays? When we first
Isaac's a little salty.
I'm not
Whoa,
a
whoa,
little
Isaac,
salty.
are you calling him a monkey?
No, I'm calling him monkey
Yeah,
brain.
whoa.
I'm calling him monkey
Yeah.
brain. There's a
You know what?
difference.
No, you know what? Isaac gets a pass.
And
Isaac
you know what?
gets
He
a pass.
deserves it. And he deserves it. And he knows
He's
it.
not wrong.
He knows
He's
it.
not wrong.
Okay, so
I
here's
do
the
play it.
yes, and here's the deal. So me and Jaheim, we played a lot, not a lot, but we played quite a bit of Guilty Gear XR2, Rev
Mhm.
2.
Mhm.
And like at the beginning of the game, Jaheim was like, "Oh, I'll main this character," and I said, "Okay, I'll main this character." And guess what? We actually have fun together. Can you believe that? Because you know what? It was balanced. It was like back and forth, back and forth. There was no real dumb shenanigans. It was all very straightforward. Then lo
And
and
what
behold,
happened?
he
Uh,
chose a character that has a combo that the weirdest block
did
thing I've
just
ever
see-
seen. that does half my health bar. And I'm like,
I didn't
okay, this is fun. This is fine. Maybe Jaheim will grow out of it. He's
This
a
is
big
definitely
boy.
fine.
And then what happens afterwards is that he finally stopped playing that character. Maybe he realized how dumb it is. And then, or else he found that the character actually requires skill once I learned how to block it. And guess who he chose?
What I
The
did, I
monkey
chose even
pushing
worse.
button character that requires no skill. It goes, haha, the press this button, press that button. Oh, I'm
Oh,
so
okay,
good at the game.
Jaheim's
People
credit.
are upset.
To Jaheim's
No,
credit,
listen.
he is a Yoshi man.
I know exactly.
Okay.
That's what I told. That's what I'm saying. Jaheim chooses the Jaheim. He starts out the game by being respectable, and then
Yoshi's
chooses the
balanced.
dumbest characters possible. Incineroar that kills Isabelle mid-stage with not even the strongest form of his final smash. What the hell is
Incineroar's
that?
actually sick in my
Okay.
Okay, Incineroar's sick. His final smash is absolute.
Yeah.
Jiho,
Man, I
if
love
it makes you
Leo.
feel better, have some chocolate milk.
I
I'm
love
gonna
Leo.
punch you in
So,
the face.
in Strive, the character that everyone calls Unga Bunga,
Just go to
Did you
command
fight?
grab.
Yeah, he got a command grab, so now he's even harder to
I
play against.
can't, and literally my only strategy against him right now is choosing the other brain dead character because he's the only other character that outrages him. Because he got a freaking projectile. That's really good. Why are you giving a close range fighter a really good projectile?
Yeah, I don't know why I was like,
What, you're talking about the
You gotta
Korean
ask
guy?
Daskip about that.
No, Korean guy. Okay, the thing is, whenever Jaheim plays other characters, our matchup is pretty split. It's like I'm maybe
You shit on him because he sucks at the game. I see.
it's like
it's
I'm
even.
no Jaheim. Every time
It's
you play any other
mostly even.
character, 9 times out of 10, I normally beat you.
No, you don't.
As I do, Jaheim.
You only beat me when you're playing Foss because your Foss is actually good.
And then,
Okay,
Like
and
when I'm
then literally
playing what's
any other character, what happens when you don't play Leo?
wow,
loses.
I win.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
but really,
Okay.
though,
even.
really.
Leo,
Yeah.
listen, man, just get good. Leo's
Oh,
Yeah,
not
that's
that
that's my answer.
Jaheim. That's why I decided to devote myself fully to Axel. Thank
Don't
you.
do that. That's worse than what I'm doing.
Jaheim, no, it isn't. Why do you think no
Okay,
one, no one complains about Axel? Everyone complains about Leo. Why do you think that is?
Well, I
Is it
found a
annoying?
YouTube channel with a Leo main, and it's perfect. It's just him like command grabbing people. Amazing.
And
Okay,
therefore,
I was gonna talk about. I was
Oh,
really gonna
yeah.
talk about how the new characters really look really cool and Negro. No,
No, careful!
What? Are you
Take
okay?
it down!
You
Careful!
alright, man? We're gonna have to cut this out.
Nego Ryuki. Yeah, there we go. Nego.
Whoa.
Not nigger, you.
We're going to. Okay, I think we're actually going to bleep that out.
Not like this. Not like this.
For the record, anybody who's wondering, what they were saying is very close.
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
it's Naga Ryuki.
yeah, that guy. There we go.
Naga
Yeah.
Ryuki. He's a black vampire samurai.
Okay, no, we still might have to bleep.
Yeah,
From
we're good.
Nigeria.
Naga Ryuki isn't bad. I'm sorry for saying it so much.
Yeah. So he's amazing in Strive. The beta went really well. Almost everyone is balanced except for him and Potiki. How the fuck do you pronounce these? Potiki. No, Potiki.
Have you tried just like not pronouncing them?
Are you talking about Potemkin?
Potemkin. Yeah, Potemkin. Yeah.
Potemkin, not Potemkin.
Yeah,
Potemkin is
Potemkin.
an old
Those two
character
characters
we
are
got made.
currently the most broken one, along
No,
with
he's
Giovanna.
not.
No, he's
Potemkin
not.
is not busted
He's
at
not
all.
busted.
Listen, Wishy, I know Potemkin, his entire character is
Grappler.
getting combo for most of the game and then
Okay.
killing you in 2 combos.
And
That's
then-
his entire character.
But at
That's
least
how
Hi,
he finishes.
Kisuke.
And you know what's even funnier? I would respect you if you started playing Potemkin more than Leo. You know
I'm gonna
why?
play Potemkin. I was thinking about playing him in Char-
And then you saw Leo have a
Definitely
shaman grab, and then like, oh, another
Shaman grab was
brain dead
too
move that I
attractive.
can use.
Man, I just want Sin to be in the game. He's the only character.
No, Sin's not getting it.
Probably not.
There are
all
different
Shaman.
characters that looks cool. I think you'd like him running. He uses like fans
Oh,
and
Anji?
stuff.
Oh, I really want to use
Oh,
Anji.
Anji.
I
Anji
think Ronan would
Mito.
like Anji.
I'm gonna look him
Anji
up.
Mito is amazing. He's literally a stripper.
Wait, what?
What?
No, people joke about him being a stripper, but no, he's just this guy who wants to learn more and wants to gain knowledge.
Honestly, Taehyun is.
Oh, he looks pretty cool.
Korean.
Yeah.
Taehyun, he's not in the game, so I need somebody to play.
No,
him.
no,
I'm
his
not
name is
playing
Jiho.
on
His
the
name is
Leo.
Jiho.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Anji Mito
Jiho's
is basically just Jiho.
So when I'm
We
not
got-
playing
we got-
the Leo, I'm gonna stick to I might
Yeah.
actually learn May this game.
You
May and
may
Ramaphosa.
learn.
Actually, you
Ramaphosa-
know what? I don't know if I even want to mainly. I think I'm just gonna keep him in my back pocket whenever I need to.
Whenever
Your pocket Leo,
whenever,
man.
whenever he needs to feed his ego, like, oh, I'm losing, I need to pull out the must-win card.
No, if I'm ever in a best of 3 game and we're both 1-1,
And that's when I pull
Just
out my
use-
axle. Okay?
It's a free win.
Just use Kai Kisuke, my guy. Like his dragon install,
I is stupid. I don't like
top
that.
notch. I love Kai.
I'd rather use
Like I like
Lost.
Kai, and then I like Black Samurai guy whose name I cannot pronounce.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot about him. I might play him too. Well, I
Yeah.
have to play him. He's black.
No, he's doo-doo. He's doo-doo. Basically, like
not
you need to. You
He,
need.
he has the strongest special in the game.
But he needs skill,
Yeah,
though.
but yeah, you need to be skilled. You need to make sure you don't become doo-doo after like not sucking blood.
Well, yeah, I know.
Jaheim.
Yeah.
So it's
You-
probably
you
not
can
the
play
character for me.
yeah,
I might actually have to
it
play.
requires you to activate a few neurons up there in the old Brussels bucket.
Oh, I only have like 2. I don't think I can play him.
Monkey sees action, neuron activation.
Sensory neurons.
All right, so I think that about rounds out our
Or wraps it up.
podcast. Okay, yeah, that was some good conversation. That was a good warm up. So I think we can actually start. Okay, so Wajid, do you want to lead us in? What's up? I'm Ronik, and I'm 17. Slaying all these women with my massive peen. I got a couple of hobbies, besides being blonde, like performing for the boys with my ribbon baton. I drink lots of soda and hang out at the mall. I used to skateboard, but I knocked out a ball. All I need in life is my boys in my tub. Now I'm gonna pass it to my number 1 bub.
Hey yo, I'm Jaheim, and I'm 19. I like to lift weights and wear sunscreen. SPF 100, I hope it's in stock, because I rub it on my nips and the bald end of my cock. The public, the media, they're on our side. The skin's so white, we got nothing to hide. TVs and movies, they're made for us. This lack of pigment is a major plus.
So Isaac, you want to lead us in?
I'm gonna lead your mom into my bedroom.
Wow, very cool, Nick. Very cool.